Welcome to the Highly Overrated podcast with your host, Arash from New York. And now, your host, Arash from New York.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Highly Overrated podcast with your host, me, Arash from New York. I want to start out by saying this is going to be a special episode with in-depth look at society as we know it now versus 20 or 30 years ago. It's not the same world. It's a new generation, new kids. These kids will never know the hardships we had to go through pre-smartphone era. Flip phones and pagers. Those were the days. Now everybody has a smartphone with AI, mini computer in their pockets. Technology. What's it all about? It's about destruction of the mind. I remember I knew how to get to where I needed to go. Make a left, make a right, go straight. See that oak tree. See that dahlia, make a left, and you were there. I knew how to give directions to places. People used to call me up in the middle of the night saying, "Hey Arash, I'm lost. How do we get to this and this place?" I used to give them directions. Some were smart, understood my directions. Some not so much. One time, someone called me and said, "I need to get to this place." I said, "Listen, buddy, if you miss the exit, you'll end up in Brooklyn." 20 minutes later, he calls me up. "I'm in Brooklyn. Help me now." You were forced to know where you were. Very few people had GPS. Those who had GPS, the GPS wasn't the best. There was one advantage. It was harder for people to track you. You could do all sorts of stupid things and get away with it. For example, we were one time coming back from Jones Beach, stupid teenagers as we were, decided to see how fast we could possibly go. We started at 60, 70, 80. Next thing you know, we're on 120. Very excited. Heart is pounding. 125, 126, 130, 31, 2, 3. Next thing we know, 135. Living life. Windows open. Going 135 from Jones Beach. Clear path. No one in front. Until we were humbled by a motorcycle. Passed us by. Without hesitation. 3 seconds we could no longer see the motorcycle. It was a message from the heavens. Slow down. You are not the best. You're not the fastest. You don't have the best equipment. It humbled us. Another time we were coming back from Jones Beach, I was on my phone, minding my own business, in my own world. Didn't look around. I cut off a police officer while on my phone. I tried to dodge him, go around the big nail building at the bottom of Jones Beach, around the roundabout. Still followed me, changed lanes, very carefully still followed me. I said, "Guys, we're getting pulled over." Not a second went by. Lights went on, sirens went on. We pulled right over. No hesitation. He came to the window. License, registration. No hesitation. Gave it in. Said, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yes." I was on my phone, thinking honesty was the best solution in this case. He said, "You know what else?" I said, "What do you mean, what else?" He said, "Do you know what else?" I said, "No." He said, "You cut me off." I became white as a ghost. I didn't even realize I cut him off. He looked at me. He looked at my license. His mustache was thick as ever. He was one of those highway patrol officers with the rim hat, sunglasses, boots to the knees. and a big thick mustache. Clean shaven, still a big thick mustache. He said, I see you live in Roslyn. At the time we lived in Roslyn. He said, is Roslyn in Nassau County? I said, yes, officer. Still confused. He said, is Nassau County in New York? I said, yes. Even more confused now. And he asked, does New York have rules and regulations? I said, yes, it does. Keep getting more and more confused. He said, okay, go home. That was it. We went home. Life is mysterious. You're never going to know where confusion is your best ally. That moment, driving home, I was both amazed and confused, and thrilled and confused. To this day, not a day or a week goes by that I'm not confused about what happened. Sometimes the police officer has better things to do than paperwork. I'm out.